Hi and welcome back to the channel. So today we are looking at Universal Audio's Opal Morphing Synthesizer. So this is just going to be a kind of quick first look at Opal. I'm kind of going to go over the UI and the controls and play a few presets, and then I will kind of get into it a bit more in-depth videos to follow. So hopefully you watched the previous video about the bundle for this Polymax and the Mini Moog on Plugin Boutique for only £54, but that is still running, I think, that offer. So these are the three you get: Opal Morphing, the Mini Moog and Polymax, and I have done videos on the Polymax, so I'll just let you see what that looks like if you don't know what Polymax is. So Polymax is kind of like the really simple analog synth, so it only has two oscillators, filter, one LFO, and envelope and amp, and that's about it. They just have an ARP and some mod effects and some space effects, and I am working on a preset pack for Polymax, and I am doing about 25 for that, and I'm going to do about 25 for Opal as well. And then you get the Mini Moog is the third one, and that is their Model D emulation. I will be doing a review of that later on as well. So we'll just have a quick look at the UI. So if you want to access the presets, you just open them by clicking in there, and you can go by genre, type, description and all, and then hit favorites in there. So I've got some favorites already done. So I tend to go by type: 67 poly, 50 bass, 49 pad, 33 pluck, 37 lead. There's a kind of best of. There's 25 sequences, 17 stacks, 17 effects, 14 drums, 14 horns, 17 bells, 11 mallets, 10 vocal, 10 strings and 4 winds. Is round about 200 presets. To say, it does have very, very good basses. I think I've got more basses favorited than the pads, which is quite unusual. So you have got 3 oscillators. Tuning there, so we're on coarse tuning there. You've got fine tuning. This one has an FM and this one has a sync, and this third one has a sub. You can also switch octaves there. So this is the first patch. This is 1984. Sawtooth. Either a kind of lead synth. You can see that all the oscillators are in the same wave. There's only like one page. So if I switch to the mixer, it just comes up in this top section, and you've got your filter, your effects, your filter 2, LFO, the multi-segment and the output. The only other things are up here, and that's the matrix and the voice. So the kind of voice you don't really need to muck around with. I mean, it's set at 8 voices. You can go up to 12 or you can go mono, and then you've got your matrix there. So you can just click these and you can click them off and on by those buttons as well. These are the macros, so depending on the preset these will change. So this one is on vibrato on the mod wheel, and then you've got darken, release, chorus and delay. Now I'm using my S49 Mark II, and I actually did a special MIDI map for the Polymax because for some strange and unknown reason there's no MIDI learn function. So if I right click this control, there's no MIDI learn function at all, and it is very, very annoying. So I created a MIDI map using Complete Control for the Polymax, and a lot of it is working on this as well. So for instance, if I want to change oscillator 1, I can just by using knob number 1 on the S49. The only thing is this has got 3 oscillators where Polymax only had 2. You can either drag them from here, or you can drag them from here, or like I said, if you map it you can use a button there. So like I said, we could completely change the sound of this, and we could have that as a kind of sign, and like I said, I need to do that one, so we could just you've also got a mixer here, so the 3 oscillators, and then you've got noise. So you can go either filter 1, 2 or through, or you can have 1 and 2. So that's the same for all 3. You just click on them to adjust what you actually want to. So most of them kind of default to just having 1 switched on, and you've also got an octave for the sub as well. So this is your mixer and your filters. So you've got two filters, and they are both exactly the same. So you've got cutoff, res, and slope, keyboard amount, and envelope amount. And then in the middle you have insert effects. So there's a separate output effects, but this is kind of like an insert effect. So there's not a huge amount. You can either have bypass, distortion, overdrive, fold, sine, comb plus, comb minus, and you can also switch it from series to parallel, adjust them by clicking in there as well. So you can kind of go through there. For instance, so we could which is this, and then offset and output. So you can either do it from here or from here. That is kind of your filters and effects, and then you've got LFO 1 and 2. So for instance, you've got triggering, so you've got free, no on, LFO 2, or multi-seg 1, multi-seg 2. And then you've got shape as well. And then the multi-segs. So yeah, so we'll look at the multi-segs in a bit more in depth later. And then you've got your output effects. So like I said, you've got effects 1 and 2, and then you've got a choice of all this. So you've got EQ compressors, delays, tape delays, harmonics, modulation, and reverbs. And then, like I said, so we could change that to comb flanger. And then bump up the amount. And then you've got different series, so you've got running them in series, you've got parallel, parallel back, parallel series, parallel. So we could change that to overdrive. And then you've got panning there, so you can have this auto panning. You've got your master volume there, plus your aux envelope and your amp envelope. It's not certainly as complicated as Pigments, so there's a lot more going on with that, because you have only got a choice of analog or wavetables, whereas Pigments you have a choice of various other things like FM, and then you've got granular, I think, as well. I can't remember what the other ones are. That is a kind of quick intro to Opal Morphing Synthesizer. There's a fair old bit in the matrix. You can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can see most of them are the macros up here. So we've got these kind of straight away to kind of muck around with. So let's have a listen to some of my favorites. Put them in my pads and just play through some of these. So it's got the brightness on the mod wheel, and it only has feedback and ambience up here. ambience on FX2. Beautiful underscore. And this has got muffle. And chorus, 80s spread and reverb. There's some chorus on. So yeah, there's some rather nice pads. Building out. Close encounter. So you can see this has got two wavetables and an analog. So the next pad is called David's Pad. So obviously I had to favourite that one. And it is quite cool. So it's kind of analog. But it's got a lot of subtle stuff going on in the background. My volume's a bit low. Quite a lot going on in this one. Let's have a look and see what's going on with the filter and LFOs. And 8-ball. So you can see there's a lot of morphing going on in the oscillators. So we've got open. Lush Sordino. Got some strings. We've got brightness on the module. So let's try Shimmering Light. More of a bell. See, I'll play some basses and go to this is decency. So with detunes, that said, there's some pretty dirty basses on this thing. There's Evolve. Let's try bass 2. Let's try Pluck Of and put it on to Pluck. Pluck 1. Pluck 2. So that is a quick intro to Opal Morphing Synth and a few pad presets. I will do a bit more in depth next and kind of have a look at filters and the LFOs and the matrix and the effects, playing around with some of the other wavetables. Thanks for watching, and as usual, if you are enjoying these videos, please like, subscribe, share and comment, and I will see you in the next one.